Accelerators, a place where geniuses join, work with mentors, and create billion-dollar startups. And it is a place where you have to join if you want to build a successful startup, is what I thought in the beginning. But now I think I have some mixed opinions on accelerators. Hi, it's Ben Kim, a random college student who wants to be a millionaire before he turns 30, and I'm building a startup called DILEMAA. DILEMAA is a Q&A social media app designed for sharing and solving dilemmas. It started with a simple idea of all my friends ask dilemmas such as, I have my first date tomorrow, what outfit should I wear? And we talk about them for hours and hours. So I thought, why don't I just create an app where it crowdsources users' input? And that's what the app is about. And as a college student who's creating this app, I didn't think this app will go pretty serious. And I thought, oh, it's just me developing the app and then launching and posting on social media so I can get users. And that's about it. But no, I've actually had really interesting journeys. I attended one of the world's biggest tech conference, which is called Collision Tech Conference in Toronto, Canada. And I represented DILEMAA there. I also joined competitions and other conferences and earned certificates and awards and grants. And 6 weeks ago, I joined a pre-accelerator from my university. A pre-accelerator is basically an accelerator that helps to grow your startup to join legitimate accelerators like Y Combinator or Techstars. So the entrepreneurship department from my university funded me $5,000 grant, and I had to stay in campus for 6 weeks and talk with mentors and other experienced individuals to grow my startup. And in this video, I wanted to talk about what I learned and what I think about accelerators. First, the whole structure of a pre-accelerator in my university was very chill. There are only 5 student startups that got selected, and I was one of them. And we had meetings twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is more like you talk with advisors and make sure you're reaching the goals and what kind of challenges you're facing, what accomplishments you had. So it's more like reporting your milestone and what we have to do next. On Thursdays, there are guest speakers from Indeed, Google. We had to go to Chicago, Grand Rapids, and meet really interesting people. And every week, I had to fill out this Excel sheet where I have to write my needs, my accomplishments, the roadblocks, and my goals for the week. And honestly, it was great. Compared to the first week, I did make a lot of progress. For example, I learned a lot of legal stuff, such as how I should file the tax form and that I should have a business account, I should have an EIN and do this and that, and all the structure of how a business works. But there are some pros and cons that I felt. The pro is that there are mentors that will help you. These mentors are also experienced with startup that they can give you practical advice, such as build the MVP first. You got to change the pitch deck this way. And all these practical advice is really invaluable. But on the other hand, I sometimes wonder, is accelerator really that necessary? Because yes, I got money from the accelerator and I really dedicated 50 to 60 hours a week. But for me, at least, I haven't launched my app yet. So it was a bit weird, in my opinion, that really the most important part is for me to develop the app and launch it. But really, I think my focus was going sideways, as besides development, I didn't know what else I had to do. Like, what do I have to put in the needs column? Like, yeah, I need more React Native developers. And for accomplishments, I say like I coded more and people are liking our social media posts. And then roadblocks are like, it's really complex to build an app. And then the goals are like, I want to build most of the UI UX by the end of next week. And it's like that. So in my opinion, I felt like development is so important to me that I didn't know what else I had to do and what mentors can potentially offer me. Like, I heard that being in an accelerator is really helpful. And I bet I would change my mind if I'm in a really big accelerator like Y Combinator, Techstars, and a lot of others. But for right now, I'm thinking if I love the progress and I have a plan and I have a team that's working on it, do I really have to join an accelerator? I'm not doubting what the accelerator can provide, but I'm doubting if I can absorb them well. Through the 6-week program, I coded a lot. I had meetings with my co-founders, I made social media posts, I hired freelancers, and I did make a lot of progress. But I also wonder if I had the money, I could have done that by myself, to hire freelancers, to enhance the website, etc. I mean, in fact, all the decisions I made during the 6-week program is by myself. And all I had to do was just to report them what I did. So in my experience, I benefited a lot with the $5,000 grant and a bit less with mentorship, except for I met with lawyers. That was really informative. I really loved that session. And even still, after the 6-week program ended, I'm still developing the app. We're still working on authentication. And I'm not here to talk bad about the accelerator I was in. It was really nice. I get to network with advisors really well. I get to go to Collision Tech Conference. I get to apply for Techstars and YC. I get to learn more about the startup industry. But I'm saying maybe somewhere in my mind, I was expecting I could have grown a lot more in a specific way. I didn't know what I was expecting, but maybe there was something that could make me grow so much. But there wasn't typically something that was surprising to me. So my little advice for those who are building a startup and thinking to join a pre-accelerator, I would suggest to take time to really think, do you really need an accelerator? And by the way, I forgot to mention, but my pre-accelerator gave me $5,000 grant, meaning it's non-diluted. So I didn't give up any equity at all. So in that case, I benefited a lot from my university. I love my university entrepreneurship program. But in my university, one of my advisors created an accelerator in Michigan. I kind of forgot about their offer, but I think they offered $20,000 for 5%, and you can take $80,000 safe as an option. Total $100,000. And I'm thinking 5% is a lot. So the value that I'm getting from the accelerator should be equal to the 5% equity of my company. Even though I know that the company that I have doesn't really have a value because it's too early, but whatever it is, the 5% that I'm giving to them should be worth it. And I didn't really have connections with people who are working exclusively in big accelerators like Y Combinator or Techstars. So right now it's pretty biased, but I feel like the things that I could get from an accelerator is the mentorship, the money, the credibility that I'm in an accelerator, and that it's easier to connect with investors through accelerators. I think these are the main 4 things that I think that I can benefit from accelerators, but I might be wrong. And I don't know. In my opinion, I'm thinking there's nothing wrong with me building the app with my team and we're satisfied with the progress. We want to create the MVP as soon as possible and launch it and grow, and then maybe talk to angel investors or VCs by showing our traction. So for those who actually know or benefited a lot from accelerators, please educate me through the comments. Unfortunately, I did apply for YC. I got rejected. They told me that they recommend for me to have a team, which I did, but I just forgot to put them in the application. But more or less, I didn't even launch the app yet. So I think I'll apply to big accelerators after I launch the app and I get traction. So overall, it was a very interesting 6-week program that I had. I would definitely do it again if it's non-diluted. But as what they said, I can only be there once, so I can't join them again next year. Overall, I rate my pre-accelerator 8.5 out of 10. It's really nice. They gave us $5,000 for really, really early stage startups, meaning that the founders are students like me, and it's non-diluted. And I get to talk with lawyers and a lot of people working in major industries, and I get to connect with them. But on the other hand, I do feel like really the most important thing when you're trying to build a startup is literally build the startup. Like, of course, marketing is important, networking is important, knowing this is important, but build the startup first. And I think I should put all the attention to building the startup and launching it on August or September. So that's about it. I think it'll be interesting if I review this video later, like years and years later, after I got into an accelerator and say, yeah, I was totally wrong. Accelerators are awesome, guys. But we will see. So far, this video is just a reflection of my journey, of what I've learned and where I'm going. So let's see how this goes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope I see you again. Bye-bye.